What is up, y'all? Dubs Mind here, and I missed today, but again, I didn't want this to be like a whole daily thing where I'm committing it to be daily. Obviously, I would like it to be, but or I mean daily, but I mean like every game. But yeah, last time I missed it, but I just kind of got lazy, honestly. But we're here for today's game against the Timberwolves with a revenge match. I want to just make everything really quick. I've just noticed my videos are a little too long for most people, most likely, so I want to just go through it really quickly. So first off, the news. This one came out December 6th, so 2 days ago. About the Warriors trying to go on the trade market for a star, which is good news for us because Steph needs help. But also, it's nothing crazy new because the Warriors are already been trying to do that in the offseason, with like Lowry Markkanen and Paul George. But again, I kind of like this report in the sense that they're not going to stay or stand pat with the current roster and how it started, because again, it still exceeded expectations despite these last few losses. Like, the fact that we're even in this current position is still pretty good. And obviously, names that pops up when this comes out, it's like LeBron James is like the main one. And then I read an article about it and how it's not necessarily the most realistic, and I kind of get it because it talked about how they drafted Bronny, the Lakers, so LeBron is more incentivized to stay there, and then he hasn't really announced or had any rumors in the off seasons where he wanted to go for a different team when he was a free agent. So I think I agree with the article, the fact that LeBron's very unlikely, but for both sides the trade would make sense because the Lakers aren't good right now, and they need to kind of prepare for a era of where Anthony Davis is now the main guy, because unlike the Warriors, at least Anthony Davis is their bona fide star that is relatively young, around the 30s, compared to the Warriors where their main stars is Steph and Draymond, which are about to retire in like a few years. So the Lakers still have a pathway for the future that they kind of need to maximize with Anthony Davis. So compared to the Warriors, it's the exact opposite, where they need to maximize now and get talent for now, before Steph and Draymond eventually retires. So the trade would make sense in that standpoint, where LeBron will get to join the Warriors, play with Steph Curry, which has always been a desire for him, whether or not it was on the NBA stage or the Olympic stage. It was just a general desire, which he has, achieved at Olympics. But again, I don't think he would mind it, obviously. And then, Draymond and LeBron, that whole bit. And then, the Lakers would then instead get our younger players that would have more time to operate with LeBron, obviously off that roster now and being in the Lakers team. And, the Lakers would get young talent that they can potentially, grow for their future. So again, in those aspects, it's not the most it's not the most outrageous idea. But again, in terms of just the whole intentions of what LeBron is thinking, it's kind of unlikely. Another article that I looked at talked about De'Aaron Fox being a possibility, which is kind of insane, but then it would require Andrew Wiggins to get traded for Fox. Like for LeBron, for example, it wouldn't be that much of a annoying trade-off because they're both wings, but then trading Wiggins for Fox to get a backcourt member is you're really gutting your defense there. So but the fact that it's not a realistic or unrealistic thing is kind of wild, especially the article talked about how he didn't sign his contract extension for Fox. And then, Clutch Sports connections, and then with the, Kings obviously being pretty bad this season, so they might be looking for a complete rehaul. But I would just say Fox is probably not going to get traded just because he's such a big franchise player. So if they're going to pivot, the last player they're going to look to pivot from is probably Fox. I just saw the article, so I just wanted to mention it. Obviously, this came up too. The Warriors started Jonathan Kuminga over Draymond Green loss. And this is going to be a pretty long-term change. I initially saw this, I was like, oh, they're just doing this because Draymond just got injured and coming off injury, he's just going to come off the bench. But apparently, they're going to do it, and they're going to continue with it. And like what Draymond said, of course, I'm okay with it. I am one of JK's biggest fans since he's been here, so if he has the opportunity to start, you can't be hypocritical. And if they were like, we want him to start, but it'll be up to you, you can't be like, it's not for me. That don't work. I want to see him do it well. He also talked about how, I don't know if he did, but it's definitely not on here, but He also mentioned, or people focused on, the whole thing about David Lee giving Draymond that star opportunity, which allowed Draymond to become, you know, who he is right now. So Draymond's kind of trying to follow in his own veterans, like, or mentors, like, footsteps. So, you know, if his option goes through me, then it is what it is. He earned the opportunity. He plays extremely well Thursday. You want to give that look or 2 or 3 or 4 or however long. If it works, you continue with it. So, and again, I don't think this is a bad move. Like, again, we lost that Minnesota game, but, like, it wasn't really on JK. It was the whole freaking team that was just trash. So, yeah. And it's like, I don't necessarily look at it as like a demotion. I'm starting in the NBA, I know that, but if it's for something to try to help the team win, I'm always going to be for it. I hate losing, so, you know, respect to Draymond. So, yeah. That's that. So, you know, I'm expecting JK to start this game. But yeah, and going to the past 2 games that I didn't, you know, obviously talk about because I missed. But so Rockets game was amazing. You know, JK went crazy. His decision making in that game was perfect. Like, everything was perfect. Didn't shoot threes if they're contested, didn't shoot pull-up threes. He was 3 for 6 for 3, and a lot of them I think were just set shots that he got wide open, you know. And I said and also Andrew Wiggins, huge game from him. Andrew Wiggins has been playing his butt off this whole season, so great stuff. But I didn't have much time to, you know, marinate over this win, because then we faced the Timberwolves, and that ended up being a pretty bad game. The surprising thing was how bad Steph was. Again, I know a lot of people say it's like, oh, Steph doesn't have help, so that's why he's playing bad this season, but he just been missing layups. Like, this whole game, I remember he just missed a ton of layups that were just wide open, not hard for him to usually make. And as you can tell, he was 3 for 9 from 3, so that's pretty solid. But then he was 3 for 8 from the field goal like range, which is like, what the heck? Like, that's kind of nuts. Obviously 3 for 8 is better than 3 for 9, but in terms of when you consider that these are 2-pointers and Steph is like good at the rim, like, that's pretty low. JK, you know, 6 for 15, pretty big volume, but also 5 for 11 from inside the paint. So that's like not horrible. Again, JK wasn't the main problem. Like, honestly, no one was necessarily the problem. Everyone was just pretty bad. And like, again, it was a back-to-back, so you really had to depend on Steph and Draymond to play really well to win this game, because other players have played, you know, that game prior, so their legs are going to be cooked, obviously, right? So, but also, you don't have too much time to marinate over this, because you're just right back again at home at Chase to face against the same team, and you just want to get out to a good start and just beat them up like crazy, just go crazy on them. And I don't get the reason Brandon Podziemski hates still. He was not the main reason why we lost, first of all. And people complain about his minutes. And I remember I looked at this, and I can show you right now. I don't want to go too long. It's been 8 minutes now, so I want to just go breeze by this real quick. But if you take the last 5 games, or what, this is like 7 games, he's played 26.7 minutes, right? And then people love to say that, oh, Steve Kerr plays him too much. Oh my God, he's not, you know, prioritizing the players that are better than him. But if you look at here, the last 7 games for JK, I'm gonna play, so it's right here, 24.7. It's only a 2-minute difference. Practically JK and Pods have played the same amount of minutes for these last same 7 games. Obviously, I mean, since JK didn't play these 2 because he was sick, the last 7 games, you know, the sample size is gonna be different in terms of which specific games I'm choosing, obviously, but again, it's not that crazy. And again, Pod's number has been decreasing. It's not like Steve Kerr's putting him on there just so, like, we can fail. That's like everyone's whole thing. Like, Steve Kerr hate I had last season a lot. This season has been a little too much, I think, because you can tell. He played 36 minutes in Houston, which makes sense because Steph wasn't there. But then he played, you know, 15 minutes here, 20 minutes here, 15 minutes, 15 minutes. And he played 29 minutes here, 33 minutes here, which were 2 pretty good games from him that when he got the opportunity to play in minutes, he capitalized on it. And then you look at here, 24 minutes. So again, it's not like he's playing a crazy amount of minutes where compared to beginning of the season where he's playing consistent 24, 33, 38, 38, like 26 minutes. It's been down. And again, I get it. He's playing more minutes than JK, but at the end of the day, like I said, it's only 2 minutes more. So it is what it is. Timberwolves, I don't get how the matchup predictor has us winning here. I don't know if the game odds, I don't know how to read game odds, so I don't know if they have us winning too, but yeah. Again, I think the main thing is we need Anthony Edwards to have the bad games, so we need to focus on him. Let's see. Oh wow, wait, what? Wiggins out? Oh, with the ankle thing, right? I remember that, right? Damn, that sucks. So we're gonna be without Wiggins, so that means Jake is gonna slot in for sure, regardless of that Draymond thing. If anything, Draymond and Jake are probably gonna start together. Yeah, Moses Moody went out too. He's questionable game time decision. It's still an hour and 30 minutes of the game, so we don't know yet specifically if he's gonna play. But for now, obviously Wiggins can be out. But yeah, so that's gonna be pretty tough. But yeah, just stop Anthony Edwards first of all, and let Gobert and Mike Conley be like, let everyone else beat you on that team. Because if you look at the game, Naz Reid wasn't shooting that well, Dante wasn't shooting that well either, and Nikhil Alexander wasn't shooting that well either. It was literally Anthony Edwards, and Rudy Gobert killed us, but again, he was just getting like easy layups and stuff like that, so I'm not too mad about that. And like Julius Randle was pretty good too. Stopping these two is like main priority. Let the other people shoot. Obviously Naz Reid you want to guard well too, because he's been a Warriors killer for his whole career, so definitely want to stop him. But Anthony Edwards is the main problem, Julius Randle secondary problem, Rudy Gobert you let him feast. And yeah, I really hope we win this game. I'm gonna say that we do win this game, because I don't think Steph is gonna be staying quiet for too long. He wants to have a better season for sure, and I think the Warriors always just don't want to lose to a team don't want to lose to a team again after they lost them in that previous match. You know, if it's like there's multiple games in between, then it's like whatever, but in terms of in between, like you're playing the same person or team like in consecutive games, then yeah, I think the Warriors are really motivated to beat them. So yeah, I think I need Steph to have a better game. That's my man. X Factor is Steph. X Factor for them is going to be Naz Reid, for the same reasons I just talked about. But yeah, Steph Curry, I need him to be good this game, because he has been pretty bad these last few games, man. And people say it's because he doesn't have any help, which I'm not disagreeing with, but he's just been missing some easy layups, easy shots that he usually makes. Like, my expectations are allowed to be this high in my opinion, because of the fact that what we saw at the Olympics. Like the stuff we saw at Olympics was just amazing. Like, that gives us the right to have expectations for him, you know. But yeah, that's about it. I think it's been a pretty short video, which is what I was going for. Been talking really quick too, but 13 minutes seemed like around like a good, you know, timing. So yeah, I think we'll win this game. Obviously, I hope we do win this game. And yeah, I don't got much other to say. Let's go Dubs. Yeah, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.